Hey there everyone, welcome back to Fire Emblem Three Houses. Oh boy, we're starting with a gambit straight away. Yeah, because now we're at the point where we're going to fight we're going to take down the wild demonic beast, and, you know, we just got to go all in with everybody. Because, again, with these demonic beasts, especially this one, it's the most dangerous because of the poison and after effect. And then also, I mean, the whole this part isn't going to be the whole chapter. I mean, afterwards we've got supports to do, mostly Petra ones, but hey, I like Petra a lot, so that's a good thing. And, oh, speaking of which, she gets a level up. Sweet. I am curious as to whether or not I can add 28 speed. Jesus, man. Gotta go feast. Gotta go feast. Like, I'm genuinely curious if they'll bring back, you know, what do you call it, the monsters for other games. Because in the case of Three Houses lore, it makes sense that the game is designed around it. But, like, again, I can't see them, like, if they remake a Fire Emblem game and don't have gambits, I can't see them bringing back giant monsters unless it's, like, a very specific level. Like, again, like, you know, some final bosses are essentially giant monsters, but, you know, they're not peppered it throughout and all that jazz. I mean, again, I've got nothing against giant monsters coming back, I just hope they design it. They still able to work around it, whether or not they have gambits or they don't. But also at the same time, I hope that, what do you call it, they really do dial back with them, and maybe make them more of a special event type thing. Like, you know, they're not just generic enemies, they are, you know, proper bosses. Right, I think we're going for the bird first, yeah. Okay, bloody, yeah, that's what's annoying about the chapter. It's like, alright, we took down this slot, oh fuck, there's more of them. Yeah, again, that's a reason to have someone like an assist healer. It's like, oh, I took damage, oh, I'm okay. Yep, and there we go with the gambit. Which one is it? Oh, yes, this option again. Flame. Just tiny little flame running through. It's adorable. Bless us all. But again, the one thing that's good is that I think one thing that really helps with the beast in this game is that they do give out really good resources that are very useful. So at least there is a reason to fight them. They're not just an annoying obstacle. Which again, I give props to games where they do that, where it's worth fighting enemies. Again, because often, you know, usually games, they'll, like, again, first thing that comes to mind, Zelda and Metroid, usually they'll drop health pickups and stuff like that, or money, in case of Zelda, and in Castlevania, you know, in games like, you know, Bloodstained and so on, and, Dawn of Sorrow, and Aria of Sorrow, they drop souls, so obviously there's a reason to fight enemies. So, again, I like that, it makes it more involved. The enemies are an actual integral part of the gameplay, rather than just, oh, they're an obstacle you're meant to avoid. Yeah, you ain't judging that one, pilot. Because the last thing you want to do in a video game is make it so that the enemies are, they're playing again, just going, get him! Go for the jugular! Oh, yep. Oh, Bunny's fast enough. Okay, go Bunny. I mean, yeah, now that you've hurt her, she can do even more damage. Yeah, I like it when enemies are actual part of the game. You want to fight enemies. You don't, like, granted, there's always going to be a point where you want to avoid certain bits, especially if you're speedrunning, but generally, I like it when the game makes it so that there's a real excitement to fighting the enemies. There's a purpose to them. They're not just, oh, we're just here because we have to be here. Oh, go Hubert. Man, these poor demonic beasts can't hit for shit. 'Tis very unfortunate. And down it goes. I think that's the end of the chapter. Yeah, it's mean once you kill the boss, that's it. Yeah, that's it, yeah. Yeah, I've noticed Three Houses has quite a lot of just boss-based missions, which I imagine people appreciate, because it doesn't involve, you know, what do you call it? Routing, because I know some people don't like routing because you've got to kill everyone, whereas this you just get to the boss. And Hubert is the MVP, because goddamn that magic. So yeah, go him. So yeah, so for the rest of this bit, it's just going to be supports, but again, I like Three Houses dialogue and supports.
It was rather reckless of you to venture out alone like that.
It's like, I know it was reckless, but I do believe to be one of the best units in this game, so I would have been fine. I mean, honest to God, knowing Byleth would have probably been at least okay. Because again, bow usage against the birds, he's fast enough not to be doubled, for the most part. Byleth is strong and all that jazz, so yeah, we're good.
I put us in a bit of danger there.
Yeah, I like how she just giggles. Oh God, I almost got us killed! Just imagine that, like in every other bad Fire Emblem situation, it's like, oh my God, Mikoto's dead. Oh my God, you killed Ninian. Oh my God, the Heron Massacre.
Confident in your ability to teach.
Oh my God, Bernadetta, what your dad did to you. It's like, no, everyone's like, no, too far. Bless. But again, there's just something I like about Sothis. She has that goddess-like presence, or in presence, but that childlike, those childlike mannerisms and attitude, which I find hilarious. It's kind of like Yune, it's like Yune if Yune had an attitude, and I like that.
Worth all that effort.
Yeah. Gotta be optimistic. And we found... What did we find? I think it was just a knowledge or experience gem.
Say you may find a use for that.
I'm not 100% sure.
Best to use that thing.
Yeah, we got a lot out of this trip. Yeah, whatever you say. I mean, granted, if I played this paralogue again, which I think I did on the stream, I would just smash the armor to pieces and get a shit ton of the steel. Because again, for the longest time, I didn't realize, because what I did was, I attack them, and then the divine pulse increase, that's good, and I got the steel. But I would attack them, and then, I would attack the area which was already broken because you do the extra damage and just finish them off quickly. So I was less concerned about trying to break their armor. But then again, when I got better gambits like the Empire explosion barrel thing and the resonant lightning, we could just destroy the armor in a single attack. I was like, hell yes! So yeah, here we go. Flane's support is just Flane being, well, the most adorable, precious little baby in the world. Flane's a funny one because she does have the way she speaks and the way, like, her speech pattern is obviously, it feels more educated, feels more adult, and she's very, like, well-mannered and articulate, and, that's adorable. That I find to be really interesting, the fact that she's so articulate and just well-spoken. But at the same time, she acts very childlike when she gets excited, and she just, like, finds fascination with the silliest things, like food and fish especially. It's like, good lord. But obviously she loves the ocean so and she has a curiosity about her, and she's just very sweet and innocent. Like, again, Annette's very much the same, but like Annette's more of the hard-working type and just doing her best, whereas Flane's just kind of the curious type. Bless. But again, I look forward to, because again, in the Crimson Flower route, you can't recruit Flane. Don't worry, Flane didn't, like, if you play your cards right, Flane doesn't die or anything, and I made it so that Flane doesn't die because,
Oh, bother.
But, I look forward to the... Oh my god, Flame was one of the hardest enemies to fight because she was pretty fast and her magic output was disgusting. Like, she could one-shot my Petra. Like, my Petra had a good ton of HP. I was like, oh dear. I mean, again, I found a way around it, but it's just one of those cases like, holy shit pickles.
My brother was uncertain of
like, when did you become this strong? You were weak for the longest time.
as a youth. Oh, but please do not think ill of him.
Yeah, I do not think ill of him. He is very incredibly dedicated. I am a very articulate little woman. I mean, again, I probably learn more about her when I do Silver Snow because, Sothis kind of takes over. I don't like Sothis very much, so that's going to be interesting. How old am I? I'm as old as you want me to be, baby.
I suspect that if you choose not to say...
She's such a strange case, Flame, but she's absolutely adorable, and we love her for it. I know a lot of people really dig Flame because she's so cute. But she's not overly panderingly cute. She's just naturally cute. She's adorable. Bless her soul.
Who? Me?
Yeah.
Well, I am roughly the same age as the other youths here.
Yeah, it's like, it's like, yeah, she looks younger than the rest of them, which she does. Alright, put it this way. She looks about the same age as Lysithia, who's 15, and when she's meant to be around this, like, what? She's saying, oh, I'm meant to be 17? It's like, no, you look 15 at most, Flame. Again, I could see you as a 13-year-old easily. But,
to my acceptance at the academy. Oh, my apologies.
Yeah, she gets carried away with just speech, but that makes her so cute. She's just a very excitable little lady, bless her soul.
Sometime, if that would be all right. Have a lovely day.
Right, who's next? Oh, what's next? No, I think it's learning, probably just learning stuff. Oh, hello? Oh, Marianne's birthday, yeah, tea party. I mean, this does pay off in the end. Because, I mean, I hate doing tea parties with Marianne, because I swear she's one of the hardest people to, what do we call it? I find one of the most difficult in order to get things right, just because some of her, like, obviously there is an option there, but it seems really obscure for me. At least for me, I mean, the more you learn about characters, the easier it is.
Did you need something from me?
Bless Marianne's soul. And it does pay off in the Silver Snow route. Route, because I am able to get Marianne. I just wasn't able to get her in Crimson Flower. But what are you going to do? Yeah, so let's see how this goes. I can't remember. Oh, damn it. I think the only time I did really bad on the tea time was Lysithia's one where I got 2 of them wrong. I was like, oh boy. That was only once. So yeah, again, I like it when I can actually get Marianne to smile, because she is lovely. She just, she's very
much for the
self-deprecating.
I look forward to doing this again.
Someone just give her a hug already. So now we're getting onto the other supports, and there's 3 of them. 2 Petras, 2 Huberts, and 2 Dorotheas, ironically. It's weird in that case. Yeah. So yeah, this one, actually, I quite like this one because, you know, obviously Hubert's you know, has the biggest thing for Edelgard, but he's straight up going like, you know, Petra, you are incredibly impressive. You're a great asset to us. But at the same time, he goes, even though you're not Edelgard, you are still fantastic. But Petra's like, why do you keep comparing me to Edelgard? Can't you just view me as yourself? But again, that's hard for Hubert to do just because he idolizes Edelgard so much. But I like the fact that Hubert openly admits, like, dude, you're amazing. You're not Edelgard, but you're amazing. Because look, there are people who are like, oh, you're cool and all, but you're not this person, therefore I don't like you that much. Faye. But, you know, whereas Hubert openly admits, hey, these people, you know, you're a boss-ass bitch, Petra.
And unlike Lady Edelgard, you will not be forced to harden your...
Well, obviously, Petra doesn't, like, you know...
Not Edelgard's equal.
Doesn't appreciate being seen as lesser or being compared. You know, you should look at people for who they are, because obviously, it's natural for us to compare people to others, but... Again, like what they said in Into the Spider-Verse, what makes you different is what makes you Spider-Man. Don't think of yourself as matching up to other people. Think about and just focus on what makes you unique. That's what matters most. Obviously, take inspiration from people, learn from them, you know, learn from like what they did right, what they did wrong, see if you could improve yourself, but don't think that you have to literally be them or try and match up to them. Just be yourself. That's what I strive to be anyway. But again, that was a very inspiring quote from Into the Spider-Verse, because so many people fell in love with that film. Not my favorite Spider-Man film, but again, I love it. I mean, for me, it was funny because, like, for the longest time, my Spider-Man thing has literally just been Spider-Man 2, like, and then pretty much everything afterwards. But both Far From Home and Into the Spider-Verse came very close to beating Spider-Man 2. I still love, by the way, I mean Spider-Man 2, like, Sam Raimi, Spider-Man 2 with Doc Ock. Yeah. But Into the Spider-Verse is just a beautiful, artistic film, and Far From Home was just really great, honestly. Very, very solid. And here's another interesting support. This is a case of different ideas of love and dedication, because obviously Dorothea is very much not into the romantic type thing. She's all about, you know, being lifelong partners and being dear to each other and all that jazz, whereas Hubert's all about complete and unwavering loyalty. So Dorothea sees it as like, oh, he just loves Edelgard because, you know, he's smitten. And Hubert's like, no, I'm just with Edelgard because I dedicate my life to her because we have the same goals. And she finds that fascinating because obviously she wants love for personal reasons. He dedicates himself for professional reasons. Mostly, yeah.
Fine, Hubie.
But there you go. And then she's like, oh my god, it's like she's never experienced that because remember, Dorothea is a very internal person because of her lack of, you know, anything growing up. She has to be more internally focused, whereas Hubert is mostly externally focused. He's completely dedicated to Edelgard, and it's interesting because it's not like she's going, oh, you'll just love him, or it's like, oh, you should be true to your heart. She's actually really fascinated. It's like, how do you live being this dedicated to someone else, for not even out of love, just straight out of, you know, loyalty? It's interesting. But it's interesting for her because, you know, she's very much about that love life, and he's very much about that, you know, collective goal type thing.
Respect.
Yeah.
Awe, empathy, trust, hope.
Yeah, this, again, I like that Three Houses, you know, doesn't just go down the cliche route where it's like, oh, you love Edelgard, and it's like, you know, secretly, I do. I was just saying that to people. I was like, no, I'm just purely professional. It's not like Dorothea's like, oh, but what you're doing is wrong. It's like, oh my god, I really find this fascinating. And again, that's what's so interesting about Three Houses, the way people discuss their different ideals and views and the way they come together. Because everyone isn't just like hostile to each other or stuck in their ways, which, not gonna lie, well, that was mostly, I find Fates and Echoes did that, where people were kind of stuck in their ways. Not bad characters at all, no, I love those casts, but a lot of the supports were just kind of, you know, like that, where Three Houses, everyone's a lot more open. No, we can't do that one yet. So now we've got Edelgard. Not Edelgard. Gotta compare, now compare Petra to Edelgard. Yeah, so now we've got, Petra and Dorothea. Again, different types of ideals and so on. Petra's doing this to help her people, whereas Dorothea's doing it to help herself. But again, it makes sense as to why. Petra's doing it so that because of Bridget's position, you want the Empire to look at them favorably. You don't want another war to start. And Dorothea's doing it as well because, you know, once my time in the spotlight's up, unless I have a husband or a partner, I'm going to be left with nothing and probably be back on the streets. And she doesn't want to do that again because it goes far. But obviously Dorothea is not so desperate as she'll just literally get with anyone. Obviously she wants to try stuff out, but if someone's not right for her, she'll move on.
But you treat me well.
Because obviously, you
So
know,
much
like,
gratitude.
Dorothea, like, again, she wants a
Why do
partner,
you
but she wants
show
the
me
right
such
partner. She
friendliness
can't
when
just
I have
literally
money?
give herself to anyone.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, Petra. This isn't like that. I like
And it's just
spending
interesting
time
to
with
see,
friends.
like, you know, because Petra's obviously like, you know, marrying for money's not a good thing, but Dorothea admits that. It's just a case of her situation. Again, sometimes when you're in a certain situation, you just gotta force to make certain, you know, you gotta force to go in a certain direction, which, while you may not like, is the most beneficial.
I see. And still I am thinking we should be friends.
And of course, just them being BFFs is absolutely adorable because, you know, Dorothea's just like BFFs with everyone. Ingrid,
We both
Petra,
feels
Edelgard,
nice, doesn't it?
who else?
Irritate that many people.
And, you know,
Since we've already got a lot in
oh
common.
god, I said, was it Bernadetta?
Better, shall
Yeah,
we?
yeah. Just absolutely adorable. Okay, so that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of that part. Thank you all very much for watching. Next time, next time we have Hanneman and Manuela's Paralogue, and all I can say is, Petra, I love you so fucking much. Until then, thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care, and have a wonderful day.